everybody doing tonight? Yes. It's your boy JJ King and your girl Nadine King coming. And we just coming in to talk about a very, very, very personal topic. Yes, it's a very personal topic, and we're going to talk about it tonight. You know, we apologize for, the delay. I mean, we had a lot going on today, but guess what? We are coming in and we're tuning in because guess what? So many people are having issues in their marriages today. You know what I'm saying? And relationships. Mm-hmm. So what we want to do is we want to take the time to go ahead and really tackle some of these issues. You know, we're going to wait a little bit, get some people some time to get in. I mean, it is amazing how, we can overcome in our marriages. Even when everything is just tough, everything is hard, everything is going crazy. That's right. We can overcome in our marriage. Yes. And you know what? And tonight, I'm not going to try hard. I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to try to say the best line to make people believe in it. It just is what it is. Yes. You're going to do what's necessary to overcome, or you're going to stay in the same situation that you're in. But either way, let's be real. We all are, especially those people that are in marriages and you're going through tough issues, it's so necessary for us to learn how to overcome these issues and how and just to talk about it. Yes. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it today. What you got to say, babe?
So the topic is very touchy. The topic is things that can tear apart your marriage if you allow them to, or your relationship. And it is a topic that causes you to look inward.
It looks inward.
Because
look inward.
You can always point the finger at the other person. You can always point the finger and, think that the other person in the relationship is absolutely wrong. And that is such a horrible approach for any relationship to survive, for any type of marriage to survive. You definitely are setting it on a course of failure. So we want to talk about some of those subjects tonight. We want to take a moment to really dive in and look at ourselves, look at why we are struggling. Everyone knows that we're in this pandemic and we are at home in each other's space a lot more than usual.
And
a lot more.
When you're in, let's be real. I mean, come on. You start smelling them. You start looking for elbow room. Like, you know what I'm saying? And let's be honest. Everything that our spouses do is not going to be going to make you happy.
That's right.
I'll be real. Like, I mean, I'm a person that likes to snuggle and enjoy. I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Do watch party for you.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I got you. Okay. I got you. But we're a different type of people.
As you can see, I was trying to help him, but I literally was trying to help him because he really doesn't have it. But sometimes you just have to learn to say, okay, you don't want my help. That's okay.
See, and
you got to still keep smiling. When your relationship in a marriage, that's just the real and the raw. That you will get to a place where you are. Oh, it's thundering outside, so this is a good time for this topic.
Where you will get on the inside.
Yes. So he didn't want my help, so I had to just back off. Okay, you didn't want my help, fine.
But see, it's not about that. It's not. See, I keep on trying to tell people when somebody says, "Okay, I got it," right? It's either it's two different things right here, right? Either that person genuinely desires, to do it themselves, or they got something to hide, right? You got to know your partner. You got to know your spouse. I'm just genuinely desiring to do things myself because guess what? I'm not, it's not about me knowing everything. It's just me just desiring to figure stuff out because, hey, I'm my own person. I desire to figure it out. Just like she's the same way in her own thing. She likes to figure things out herself, so she goes ahead and she wants to do it. I'll let her do it because guess what? She's her own person. We got to learn from that.
Right. So the topic of discussion, topic at hand, He chose this topic. The topic that he chose is...
Well, basically, situations that will destroy your relationships. And if you allow it.
Situations that will destroy your relationships if you allow it. And so it was a post that he shared on Facebook. And I noticed that the post that he shared on Facebook, he made a comment about it, saying that if the couple doesn't agree on how the children are being reared, that can tear up their marriage. But you know what else can tear up your marriage? We're going to be transparent tonight, yes. Right? So I definitely wish people need to tune in to hear this. We were dealing with something with our children, and he posted this particular comment about what could tear up your relationship, and that it's because you don't agree about how you rear the children. So that can tear up your relationship.
No. Let's be real. Sometimes you're in the midst of a situation and you have a brief thought, and sometimes you just post it because you have a brief thought. Doesn't mean that you're directing it towards your own personal problems, in which sometimes people have a hard time understanding that people can voice or vocalize their issue without trying to be inclusive of their own personal problem. And me, I'm one of those people. I can literally go out, because I do counseling and different things of that nature. I'll have a full-fledged thought. And what happened was, if people recognize, it was a picture that I shared from somebody else. It wasn't something that I had made my own self, but it was something I looked online and I recognized. I said, wow, what can destroy a relationship? What can destroy a relationship is basically if you don't agree on how you raise your children, right? That's something that I said. But when I did the post, right, and I did the post, I started looking down, and it says, can we let him out? Because how did he even get in? You know what I'm saying? The dog done got in, and now he's making a ruckus, y'all. Get out, Neo. Bye. Get on out. So we just kicked the dog out. But I really realized that, somebody said, and it's important. They said not learning how to communicate properly. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's an art form and can be taught and learned. How many people are literally going through issues with communication? Communication, we have issues with communication. We don't always communicate correctly. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes let's be real. How many of us are caught on a cell phone when our spouses or who we're in a relationship with is talking to you? And I heard something powerful from somebody that said the other day, they said, it's not fair. If I'm literally talking to you and you're not listening, or or you're not, and you're on the phone and you're looking at your phone, you're not treating that person fairly. And yes, she's the one who mostly is on her phone. Like,
That's because I know how to multitask.
No, she don't know how to multitask.
So we're talking about, if you're just joining us, we're talking about things that tear up your relationship.
Hold on. She's a great multitasker. He's
saying that if he's talking and I'm looking at my cell phone, then I'm not listening.
She's not listening, people. Listen. It's psychologically, it's scientifically proven. If you're giving most of your attention to one thing, you're not listening to the other thing. Because
he just said, and I can repeat, it's psychologically proven that if you're giving your attention to one thing, you're not listening to another. So I just, boom, proved you wrong. I was looking at my phone,
but she wasn't paying.
And I heard exactly what he said, and I repeated what you said. No. So therefore, that squashes that lie.
No, it's not a lie. Yeah, if you're not fully, and guess what? Hold on. What she was looking at? So ain't no possible way that she was fully giving attention because she's doing the video. We're doing the video, people. So guess what? That's what's happening with a lot of us. What we need to recognize is, we can literally be sitting here saying that we're paying attention to a person and really not. Especially when you're doing life. This is a situation where we're on here, we're recording and stuff like that. It's totally different. So guess what? When you're on your day-to-day, in the day is mundane, and you're trying to sit there and get these things going, and you're trying to do what you got to do, guess what? you're not truly paying attention to when people are talking to you. But guess what? We're doing that with our kids. We're doing that with our spouses, boyfriend, girlfriend, however
okay,
you
but you got to stay on topic.
No, I'm just saying that being honest with you, this is on topic. This is relationships, correct? Okay. And if you're talking about relationships, we're not talking about girlfriend or boyfriend, correct? We're talking about relationships. And you can have a relationship with anybody. And if you're not learning how to communicate appropriately in your relationship with anyone, you're basically taking away a major part of that relationship.
All right. So if you're just joining us, we are talking about things that can tear up your relationship.
Yes.
And we started off with the idea that when I'm looking at my cell phone and my husband is talking, that apparently I'm not paying attention to him.
She is not.
And I just proved that I was, because I repeated everything that he said.
She's not.
So I'm a multitasker. But you know, the reality is that sometimes that can be frustrating. So I have to work on when he is talking
now
that I show that I'm paying attention.
And thank her for that.
So now I'm paying attention.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that. You know, I really feel a lot of love coming from this direction right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying attention. I feel the love. I feel appreciated. Mm-hmm. No, because I want you all to realize something. In those areas of keeping it real, in those areas where a person is looking down, you make that person feel like they're not important. So when you do something like this right here, right, and you're actually looking at the person and you're making them feel important. So that's the problem that most of us in this world right now today have. If you see us, most of us are on our cell phones. Most of us are when we're in the car. We're doing something else, and that person is literally sitting there looking at you, and they're like they're talking to you, and they're trying to get you to understand who you are, what you're doing, and that, and you know what I'm saying, and they're trying to get you to understand who they are and what they're doing. So it's unfair to be totally engulfed in your phone. I mean, whatever is TikTok, you thinking about your next dance move or whatever you're doing. But at the end of the day, that's not more important than that person that's trying to relay a message to you to tell you, hey, I love you.
Right.
I care about you. I want the best for you. You know, today I had a situation with my son when I was sitting there talking to my son, and he said, Dad, you're not listening. And I had to take that time, and I had to be real, because guess what? I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I haven't mastered this communication thing. So guess what? I sat there and I listened to him, and then I found out what he really desired, what he really wanted. You know what I'm saying?
So, sorry.
I was
messing with him. But
she's not messing with me, because you know what? Because there's other issues, you know what I'm saying?
There's other issues. So if you're just joining us, like I said, we've got people that are in and out of the live. We are definitely talking about relationships and things that can destroy your relationship if you let them.
People might be commenting.
There's not yet.
Okay.
I'm looking.
Okay.
So one thing that can destroy your relationship is when you are talking and you don't let the other person get a word in.
All a part of communication.
Right? So sometimes somebody in the relationship can be the talker, and they talk and they talk. Not me. And they talk. And as they're talking, he's gifted in the thing of gabs. Was a gift? He has a gift of gabs. But sometimes in a relationship that can become very annoying, you know, and in all honesty, you have to learn how to, for me, you know, my attention sometimes can go from one thing to another. And so it is frustrating to learn how to listen, to calm down my mind and listen to what my husband is actually saying, even when he's having those moments where he just wants to talk.
And plus, hold on, y'all. I want to say this because I love her, right? Every time a man says something, or a woman, because it could be a man or a woman, every time that they say something doesn't mean it's directed towards you. Okay? Sometimes a person just wants to get something off their chest. And if you take it personally, Sometimes it's like you're standing that person that's a window shopper. Sometimes you got to get into that third person point of view and stand on the outside of the window and just look in and hear them. Because a lot of times what they're saying isn't, you know, come on, man.
I think my eyelash is coming off.
Oh, goodness gracious. Nobody wants to see that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about your eyelash right now.
I do.
This is real. You know what I'm saying? But see, these are the things that, and this is the next point of topic that
we're just real people. We're not out here trying to
bamboozle you.
To bamboozle you or trick you or anything like
that.
But
I'm glad that she did that, because another person said not taking, you know what I'm saying, the other person's problem as important. Because that was important to her, the eyelash, right? It didn't seem that important to me, but it was important to her. And a lot of times in marriages, we take what we feel as important and we apply all our attention to that. Mm-hmm. But the fact of the matter is, the other person come up and they say something and we limit the importance of what they're saying.
So it was important to me to fix my eyelash at that very moment. And he showed patience.
I tried.
Or he tried to show patience.
I didn't think it was that important.
You know, but it was important to me. So I had to fix my eyelash because I don't want my eyelash.
I really didn't care about that eyelash at that
falling off in the middle. You know, I'm trying to look cute.
I was trying to explain something.
I haven't been anywhere. So I wanted my eyelash fixed. And so I didn't want him to, you know, disregard my eyelash just because it's not his eyelash and it wasn't important to him, you know.
You know.
This broadcast is not more important than my eyelashes.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, back to the back to the program.
But to be honest with you, I mean, my initial post was about discipline of, and yes, me and her do have a difference of opinion when it comes to disciplining the children. Sometimes we look at things as being fair. Sometimes we look at things as being unfair. Sometimes we don't. You don't look at things as to say this is so serious to punish. But how I grew up, I'm like, that is serious, you know? And so that goes back to importance of that person. That person feels that this is important. You need to take that seriously. And that's the point of, you know what I'm saying, of understanding. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the word where it says, in all thy getting, get understanding. Why do you feel like this is so important? Is a great question. What is the real reason why you're taking this so seriously? Why are you addressing this matter in the way that you're addressing it? Because if we take the time to understand where the person is coming from, more than likely, we have to excuse her for a second, you know, more than likely, we'll find out exactly how important that person is. So, I mean, let's be real. You know, we're real people. Me and my wife, I love her, but we have different parenting styles when it comes to discipline. So therefore, sometimes what we'll do is we'll bump heads, and you know what? But one thing that you cannot do is you cannot show blood in front of the kids. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest with you, no matter what. And we have gone on record, you know what I'm saying, bump heads sometimes in front of the kids, and where the kids, they will utilize that against you. They will be like, Dad, you gonna let her say that to you? Then all of a sudden, Mom, you gonna let him say that to you? Wow. And next thing you know, you sitting there, you looking like, no, she ain't gonna get away with that. I'm gonna come back at her. Then all of a sudden, next thing you know, no, he not. And we'll go back and forth in front of the children. And next thing you know, so we had to find out a solution. We had to find out a solution. We had to find out a way to literally iron out our differences without including the children. Because being honest with you, so many of us are limiting our relationships to circumstances and situations where it's literally taking all the oxygen out of your relationship. It's taking all the oxygen out of your relationship. It's taking all the patience out of your relationship, it's taking all the love out of your relationship. And because you're fighting about something that really does not matter. And one thing that I learned, I mean, because yes, We do the whole marriage counseling thing. Yes, because guess what? We need family counseling. We need all these things because we're a blended family.
Yes.
So, yes, it is important for us to understand, to equip ourselves with knowledge, with understanding, with wisdom.
Yeah.
So if you out here and you talking about, oh, well, we just gonna figure it out. No, you won't just figure it out. And you're gonna figure yourself right into a divorce court. So you need to go on and get somebody who's going to have some wisdom in them, that's going to bless your marriage, that's going to help your relationship and build your relationship. Build it to be fortified. Don't build it to just be on sand and you just swept away by anything that comes along, because that's what happens, being honest with you. A lot of us are in a relationship and we're being swept away by anything and everything that comes along.
Yes.
Now, somebody else said cheating. Let me tell you something, people.
He has been through a situation with cheating.
I literally went through a situation where I was cheated on continually, over and over and over and over and over again, over and over and over again, right? And it got to a point to where it hurt. Let's be real. It didn't get to a point when the first situation happened, it hurt. When the second situation, it hurt. It became like a numbing to where all of a sudden it was like, why even check your phone? I already know what you're doing. Why even check after you? Why even look after you? You know what I'm saying? The lies continue. The things are going on. And guess what? Sooner or later, you know what I did? I just became numb. It didn't even matter no more. So sooner or later, it became so much to a point to where, you know what? You tried to get through it the best way you possibly could. So all I'm saying to you is I understand about the cheating mechanism being in a relationship, and yes, it will destroy your relationship. All trust goes out the window. There is no trust. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And guess what? And then you can say, oh, I forgive him. I'm going to forgive him. I'm going to go forth. I'm going to love him. All the stuff like that. Listen to me. By the time you get done with that person cheating and lying and manipulating and all that stuff like that, that's literally all that stuff. You don't even want to be with them no more. And that's just being honest with you. Most cases, people who are cheated on, they either they're going to cheat back, or they're going to leave. And it's just it's just destructive. So let's be honest. And then somebody said inviting others into your relationship. Man, let me tell you something. If it ain't somebody who got wisdom, you better
leave them out.
Leave them out your relationship.
Leave them out.
Leave them out. Because guess what? Sooner or later, you're going to find everybody in your business sitting there talk about you like a dog, and you're going to be like, oh my God, what in the world just happened? Why did I even tell them about this? Why did I even share that with them? They utilize it against you. Remember when you told me this? Listen, leave people out your relationship. Leave people out your, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't nothing but nonsense. All right? So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? Because right now, we got Storm in the background. You know, it's so many different things, aspects. Somebody said money. I'm going to tell you something. That's one thing that I don't think me and my wife went through with money.
No, we haven't had that.
We haven't had that issue.
We haven't had the issue of money or arguing about money, and to God be the glory.
I mean, we both are very, very, very outgoing people. We desire to do great things with our life. I don't desire to argue with her about money. I'll tell you this much, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe if I was in the business forum, I'd be making a whole lot more money, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I thank God for, you know, me and her being, you know what I'm saying, the people that we are, and we're going forth and doing a lot of things with education and also business, and trying to go forth and do things to build our family. But I'm going to tell you something, money, it can be a root of evil in your relationship if you allow it to be. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing. I mean, it don't matter whether who makes the more money. You know what I'm saying? There's a governing that has to happen in order for you to grow, and you need to both love each other enough, whether you that person makes more, because of, hey, I'll be real, my wife makes more money than me, and hey, God be the glory. You know what I'm saying? The God be the glory, because she's in business. Most people don't understand this. In the human service field, it's very, very limited in funding.
Yeah.
But so when you think about it, when you're in the human service field, you're not going to make as much money in that field. If you're a business owner and you are literally like portioned to the business and stuff like that, of course, you'll make a lot of money in that way. But if you are, working and helping to build, a company through working for them, then more likely you're not going to make as much as the business owner. It's just being real with you. You're not going to make as much. I mean, unless you got your doctorate degree and you're making a great amount of money, that it is what it is. So I'm encouraging you all because, and I believe through our transparency and, with our whole bunch of our issues and stuff like that.
And our interruption.
That somebody gets something out of this, because I don't want to sit here and seem as if we're just sitting there just bantering and talking. I wanted to help somebody. And being real with you, I'm gonna say it for real. Marriage is no joke.
It's hard work.
Marriage is hard work, and you get tired. You know what I'm saying? Tired. Like I said. I love my wife.
Oh my God, you do get tired. You do get tired.
I mean, man. You get tired of people. Listen, you get tired, especially when you got difference of opinions. And my wife is very strong-willed. She's very strong-willed, and she's one of those women that will tell you her opinion, whether you value it or not. She's gonna tell you how she feels, and sometimes that is very tough for a man. Let's be honest, right? Very tough on a man. They have to hear you wrong, or hear you need to change, or hear this can we do this better, or hear I think you could do this better. Or hear I need you to lead. Come on. These are things that a lot of people are saying to each other. I need you to lead in prayer. I need you to lead these children. I need you to talk to these children. I need you to handle these situations. These are things that people are saying, but are we listening? Listening is a skill. Listening is a skill, people. And if you don't listen to your spouse, you won't make it.
That's right.
You won't make it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna laugh about it. It ain't a joke because this is real.
Yeah, this is real. So you see that table back there?
That's my side of the room.
With
and guess
all that
what?
Stuff.
That's my side of the room.
That's his side of the room. When I tell you marriage is no joke, it's no joke.
It's no joke.
You got to deal with their garbage,
the good,
the bad,
and the ugly.
But he's not. You're not ugly, baby. But
no, I'm not.
So hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully, just us having a conversation, just talking through things that could tear up your marriage, your relationship, and sharing some things, enlightenment has helped someone on here. I know that this time during COVID-19 has really caused a lot of people
commotion.
To reflect. It's caused me to reflect. I mean, we have been up under each other
for a long time,
every day for like 24 hours a day, maybe like 23. So if you think about that, marriages are being challenged because you're used to being apart during the workday, but now you're up under each other. Probably both people are at home. All the children are at home. Everybody's at home, and we're all stuck in this space.
And it don't work for the introverts.
And I'm an introvert.
So it ain't working for her. She needs space.
I need
You know
space.
what? Listen. My wife works long hours with Spelman. So when she works, right, and she's out here and she's doing what she does, she works long hours. So by the time she get home, she ain't trying to hear. Most of the time, I'm like already getting things going, cooking, cleaning, different things of that nature, because I will be home already, right? I'll be home already. I'm already helping the kids with their homework, different things of that nature, trying to get things going. So now you could just about imagine how her switching up those hours and being here most of the day. And, it's really tough. So that's why you got to go with understanding and understand, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Like her whole day done switched up. And you know what I'm saying? So it comes with understanding on both parts, but I'm trying my best on a daily basis to try to, you know, be more welcoming to understanding like where she's coming from. And I think that if a lot of us do meet our spouses with that understanding and not arguing, because arguing is not going to help. Arguing is not going to help anybody understand anybody. We're going to both go to our separate corners in our separate places, and we're going to be upset with each other. And next thing you know, you have a dysfunctional marriage, because now you're just basically in your own separate rooms, and you're really not really taking the time to go to the table and really talk to each other. And you know what I'm saying? And really meet each other with I'll say like this, with a pen and a pad. Don't meet each other with everything on your mind. Meet each other with a pen and a pad, and be ready to take notes. Because a lot of times you're walking up to that person ready just to give them a piece of my mind. But guess what? When you're giving that person a piece of your mind, are you willing to take what they're saying and apply it to paper? Because guess what? Because now you need to apply it to memory. And if you're not willing to listen to that person and say, hey, you know what? I got you. I'm willing to do what is necessary to actually change and be better. Guess what's going to happen? Your marriage is going to fall apart. It's going to fall apart. And that person's not going to want to hear nothing from you. So I'm hoping to God that you're listening, because it's not about me getting like 60 to 70 viewers or 2,000 viewers and all stuff like that. It's about me just reaching that person that's willing to listen. I mean, willing to actually understand the person that you're with, because sometimes people are just looking for understanding. Sometimes people are looking for understanding and desiring just to be heard. And you know what? And if that's the case where that person just wants to be heard, they want to see that the best come out of you, then that is the most beautiful thing that you could possibly want for your spouse. So if you're not listening, you can't even understand where they're coming from, because they really want the same thing that you want. You got anything to say, baby?
Actually, no, I think we did a lot of good talking.
She did a lot of trying to mess with me during this post. That's what she did.
You know what? It was fun.
It was fun. I know she was doing it for fun. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? This is a serious matter.
Whatever.
Marriage is serious business.
Marriage is serious business, but you know, sometimes you have to laugh to.
You really do. You gotta laugh through it. Sometimes I'm gonna tell this quick story, right? She'll be sitting here, she'll be mad. You know what I'm saying? And what I'll do is I'll just come up to her and just hug her and just laugh. And she'll be like, "Don't be trying to mock me." That is her favorite thing. Don't be mocking me, Jeremy. Like that. And I'll be just laughing, because you know what? Because
he'll make fun of me in my despair.
I don't make fun of her. I laugh at her because I recognize that she's upset.
He'll make fun of me in my despair.
And I'll try to, just laugh and laugh it off. But sometimes, I need help in that area too, because I can't laugh everything off, So pray for me as I pray.
Yeah, pray for him. He needs help. So anyway. We hope you guys enjoyed. Replay, share, please share the video.
Because, and I'm being real. I mean, I want you to at least comment below, say some things. I mean, some topics, hey, that y'all want your boy JJ King and Nadine King to go ahead on and talk about. Because being real with you, this life is hard. It's hard. It's hard. And if you don't know how to get through, somebody else knows how to get through. And you know what? And maybe, a couple of those people can chime on in one day and we can have them and they can go ahead on and talk to you. But I'm telling you, we are trying to empower people to do something greater. You know what? In the midst of this pandemic, we want the greatness to begin to start shining through in people and in our relationships, because our relationships is what's lacking. All right? Our relationships is lacking. So we're gonna empower them things to make them stronger. Yeah, amen? So y'all have yourselves a good night. We love you guys. Enjoy your evening.
Ooh. Oh, we are supposed to be signing off. So.
Sorry.